on the net. Albert Selimov against Lazaro Alvarez. This is one of the most anticipated bouts of the finals.
Lazaro Alvarez.
Cuba's Lazaro Alvarez, ranked #1 at lightweight, sub 60 kilos, 6-0 in his first WSB season. A stylish fighter, uber confident as he comes dancing up to the ring. He is up against a very tough man. Alvarez, 2 times world champion. He won here in Baku. He's got good memories of this place from 2011 at the World Championships, then backed it up with a win in Almaty in Kazakhstan. He really does have everything, this man. Power punching, beautiful movement around the ring. Long, rangy.
Please welcome to the ring, red corner, from Azerbaijan, Baku fires. Dünya şampiyonu, Avrupa şampiyonu.
He's not the only one with a World Championship gold medal. 2007 World Champion Albert Selimov. Even in their ring entrance, the different styles, the flair of the Cubans dancing in, and down to business look about Selimov. Zaro, 6 wins, 0 losses in his debut season. This is going to be a cracking bout. Albert Selimov, 28 years old, 4 wins, 1 loss. It was courtesy of Lomachenko, one of the greats of AIBA boxing, both in WSB and at World Championships. Lomachenko he actually beat in 2007 to win that world title, and Lomachenko got his own back in the WSB. So this is a classic Cuba against Azerbaijan. Again, the Azeri shorter, marches forward, very powerful, quick fists, and the Cuban, well, beautiful flair around the ring. Well, how do you see this one going?
Well, this is a very close matchup indeed. I've followed Selimov throughout the whole series, and he's just put continually fantastic performances in for his teams. I mean, what a record, 7-2 across 2 seasons in the WSB, and that's not to mention the accolades that he's achieved through AIBA. I mean, going back to 2005 at the National Championships, he took silver. 2006 he took gold. 2006 in the European Championships he took gold. 2007 National Championship gold. 2007 World Championship gold. The list goes on right up to 2011 and the National Championship gold at the weight. I mean, he really is an impressive boxer. The Azerbaijanis have just selected an ace team to go up against the Domodores here. The Cubans, of course, just so good. Their record unbelievable so far. I mean, Alvarez is currently ranked #1, and he's got 6-0 in the WSB record. He's just had his chin tested there by Selimov. Right hand caught Alvarez, so that's woken him up. That was a smell the coffee moment. But halfway through this round, just look, the cat and mouse game begins.
3 world titles between them. Just for those who enjoy statistics and facts, Cuba have won 67 gold medals at the World Championships. As I said before, Russia, the 2nd best country, on 20. The Azeris only have 4 World Championship gold medals. Some in 11th on the world table. And this man, Selimov, is one of them. So you can imagine a nation that just loves their boxing, just about the national sport. I think it's fair to say it is. He is one of 4 world title winners. So a true hero out here in the ring. But he'll need a heroic performance against this young Cuban, who He's considered by many to be the #1 lightweight in the world, and he's going to town here. This is impressive punching, pushing back the Azeri, who normally pushes back his opponents.
Well, they're both southpaw, they're both very fast, and just look at the attacking power that Selimov has. He comes crouched behind those hooks, but Alvarez just has a very rangy feel to his work. Deep stance, off the back foot, onto the front very easily, opens up the attack, but then able to come out. And just look at that right hand, jabbing away all the time, searching for a weakness in that defense of Selimov, and then he just lets go with the punches, very fluid combinations. But then Selimov straight through the guard with the lead right hand. Selimov looking to put some pressure on, coming in, drops his guard, trying to invite Alvarez to make a mistake here. Just look at the exchange there, blisteringly fast. And Alvarez, well, will-o'-the-wisp-esque as he's gone.
Alvarez at the end there, just holding out that left hand, teeing him up, the right hand I should say, boxing out the southpaw, and then just coming through with that big left hand. You have to give that one to the Cuban, though there was some brilliant spells there from the Azeri, and this is proving to be just as tough a contest as everyone thought it would be.
Absolutely brilliant. I think it may go to a split round. They were very close, and well,
good call, yeah. Selimov getting 2 judges to Alvarez's 1, though. And that's maybe a slight surprise to me. I thought Alvarez was maybe just ahead, but, well, Judge B agreed. And Selimov got 2 of the judges. So things looking pretty even at the moment.
Second round.
Back out for the second round in this lightweight category. 2 world champions going at it in the WSB finals.
I mean, this really is the highest level that you're going to find in boxing in any category. We've just seen 2 fantastic fighters in Sotolongo and Nurajinov. That was a very close fight. The scoring didn't really reflect the work that Nurajinov did, for my liking actually, but it was a nevertheless deserved win by Sotolongo. But we saw with that the opening scoring favoured the aggression, and we're seeing that here now from Albert Selimov. He just flies in behind that right hook.
Yeah, big smiles as well. It's normally the Cuban who does all the smiling and the showboating, but he's met his match here. Selimov, he's so quick in with that right hand, trying to get round the guard of the Cuban.
Selimov smart enough to stand off and change direction, really causing problems for Alvarez in terms of locking on and getting on the target. But this is good work from both boxers. But the Cuban needs to get engaged, and he needs to start scoring.
Both men just punching in the clinch there to the back of the head, and the referee just warns them both there to be careful.
Interesting to note that Alvarez has had 6 wins in the WSB, and 3 of them were away from home. So the strong support from the crowd here in Baku will not affect Alvarez in the slightest. But yeah, this is a much anticipated matchup between these 2. Oh, 4-5 punch combination there, and this is just more about style, class, and an exhibition of skills rather than physical dominance between these 2. They really are jousting here, and Selimov drops his guard to try and bring Alvarez on, but they really are playing, if you like, physical snap.
What is impressive about Selimov is the way he's changing tactics for different fights here. He's almost brought Cuban-style tactics to this fight. Asking Alvarez to come on. Big smile there on his face. He's really enjoying himself. He certainly feels he's getting the better of the Cuban. So does the crowd, but the Cuban has been coming forward, and it'll be interesting to see how the judges see that. Again, it could be a bit of a split decision, perhaps more clean blows coming from the Azeri.
Just in the slow-mo, we can see the aggressive nature of Selimov, but the evasive skills from the Cuban, absolutely first class.
One of the great things about the scoring system is there's no guessing. We get to see it at the end of each round. 10-9 across the board, and yes indeed, Selimov getting in those nice clean blows. Judge B has them evens, but the other two judges 20-18 up. And well, this is interesting. After 2 rounds, the great Alvarez is not in the lead. Selimov, a more experienced, older fighter, a world champion from 2007, has deployed the better tactics so far.
I think the judges have got it absolutely right. It's been an impressive start by Selimov. He's come to do business right from the get-go, and he's shown a great display of different styles and tactics. He's been aggressive, he's stood off, he's used his footwork, changed his direction on a sixpence. He's really made Alvarez work, and Alvarez hasn't landed the shots. And on a pure score count, it's got to go to Selimov, and it has done. This is pivotal, and it's pivotal still, as always, in the competition across the 10 bouts. So let's see what Alvarez can do. Difficult task for Alvarez because Selimov has done his homework. He's determined to come here and really cause problems, and he's done just that. Saw a quick, slick 4 or 5 punch combination, but it was all on the arms of Selimov. Selimov got out of danger quickly. Hit the Cuban there. And again, came close to tagging him on the temple. Again, that left hand reaches the temple. He's got the power, Selimov. So Alvarez needs to have a care.
Well, Alvarez is attacking and throwing these great combinations. They're all just being met with a brilliant guard by Selimov. His movement in defense is outstanding.
Third round, just a little bit of a standoff from Selimov as he's trying to frustrate Alvarez. Alvarez cannot land the shots cleanly.
He got through with a good punch there. That straight right hand. Selimov still backing up, choosing to come in and engage when he wants.
That's actually the key to it for Selimov. This is very much his office today. He's in and out, and he's done what he wants when he's got there. And look at the face of Alvarez. It's very much of, this ain't on my script. Trying to finish strongly here, Alvarez, but Selimov still out of range, still causing a problem.
Well, the shoulder barging in the first couple of rounds at the bell at the end has been replaced with a tap of the gloves. A bit more sporting. These two really respecting each other here.
Alvarez really putting some heat on the shots now, putting some leverage in, trying to break through and trying to slow the mobility of Selimov down. Interesting to see if the judges find in favour of Alvarez, because that was a strong finish in the round, but could still be split. But he needs the decision now.
Well, Alvarez just getting one judge in his favour there, so 29-28 Judge B, he's up, but 30-27 from the other two judges with just 2 rounds to go. Starts to make things look like it will go the way of Selimov. It's hard to see one of these two men winning the round 10-8 or knocking the other out. Their defenses have been so good. So we're underway, round number 4. Lazaro Alvarez is under some pressure here now. Albert Selimov has got his tactics spot on. 3 world titles between them. None of that matters right now. It's all about WSB team glory.
We spoke earlier about Muradzhinov being a national hero. I think Selimov falls into that category if he takes a win here against Alvarez. And not that he's not a national hero before he went into the ring, but this will just add. And he really is taking ownership of this. It really is the Selimov show here. He's making Alvarez just look a little bit slow. He's missing more than he'd like to, Alvarez, but just look at how hard Alvarez is having to work to try and nail his man down. Great lateral movement.
Again, great defensive work from Selimov. Every time he comes in swinging these hooks, Alvarez, he's been met with a brilliant guard to the side of the head. And when he comes straight up the middle again, very little of that. Look at that, that's outstanding defense from the Azeri.
You look at Selimov's face and, well, he looks like the boxer that's been in a fight. Maybe this is a better round now for Alvarez as he starts to shut down shot for Selimov and start to land the shots. Selimov's face just looking a little bit worse for wear. And, well, this is where he might up the ante, Alvarez.
Punches thrown is very high for Alvarez. In terms of actual quality blows hitting their target, virtually none.
Certainly a stronger round for Alvarez, and this might split the judges again in favour of Alvarez, but it's not enough. He really needs to finish strongly here in order to take the bout, and Selimov just not giving him a chance. Just look at the evasive skills and really putting on a great display. The lateral movement, making Alvarez miss by slipping.
Well, just a few seconds to go here at the end of round 4. Alvarez desperately trying to get this round in his favour, and I think he might just have done enough to get the nod, but it could well be another split decision. It was that tight. You have to be so impressed by Selimov's defensive work. He soaked up so many punches.
Well, I think for Selimov, and as we saw with Muradzhinov, it's not just a case of beating a champion here, it's a case of beating a champion and looking good, showing all the skills and covering up, slipping punches, the evasiveness, the kind of things that we know the Cubans do well. Well, the boys from Baku out to show that they can do it.
I thought Alvarez had done just enough there to get the nod across all 3 judges' scorecards, but still 39-37 on A and C's card. And that means going into the final round, Alvarez will need to win by 10-8 on one of their scorecards to bring it to some kind of decision that could be in his favour. Well, the referee just deeming that Selimov is coming out a little too sweaty, toweling him down. And here we go then, final round in what has been a cracking match so far. Alvarez, despite going at 100 miles an hour in that last round, round 4, still seems very fresh.
Certainly, across the 5 rounds, it's been all thrills and no fills. There's not been one clinch. The referee has not intervened once. It's just been pure action. But Alvarez, seemingly knowing what's involved here, looking to take back control, wrest the domination from Selimov, and finish strongly here. I mean, if he gets a TKO or a standing count against Selimov, that might tip the scales, or certainly bring things up to parity. But Alvarez left it just a little bit too late, and Selimov, all he's got to do is keep out of danger and do what he's been doing so far. Crisp start to this round. Alvarez going to work early.
He's been countered well a couple of times. Again, look at that 7-8 punch combination, and Selimov soaks it all up.
Going into this, I never thought this matchup across the 2 days would be this close. It's absolutely nail-biting, and yesterday's performance from the Azerbaijani Baku Fires must have buoyed them and given them confidence. I thought the scoreline was going to be much more in favour of the Cubans, but well, today they've certainly come out with that confidence, and it's being personified in the performance by Selimov here. Albert Selimov coming out and doing what the Cubans do, right back at them.
You know what, if Selimov pulls this off, and I think he just might, then it will go to 4 apiece with 2 fights to go. And well, with Julio Cesar de la Cruz in the Cuban camp, a double world champion again, you'd expect that fight to go to the Cubans, but the super heavies you'd expect to go to the Azeris. We could well be on for a tiebreaker tonight. Alvarez, though, he doesn't want that to happen. He wants to win this. Still with just over 35 seconds to go.
Well, the smarts from Selimov, he's keeping out of trouble, just working the counter, not allowing Alvarez to score very heavily, indeed not engage at all. And Selimov just presenting a target, but then taking it away. And out of the 2 fighters, it's Selimov that looks as if he's been in a real fight here. I have to say Alvarez looks lemon fresh going into this, but the clock's on, and that's going to be a little bit of a false ending there. We thought it was the 10-second clapper, but Alvarez thought it was the bell. That's the bell.
Well, well, well. They both raise their hands in victory. Alvarez, again, same story, I think, as round number 4. The busier of the 2, but Selimov countered with a couple of good combinations. It might just get him the nod. It'll certainly be very close again with this round. And well, we've seen one judge's scorecard. Well, he's in favour of the Cuban, the other 2 in favour by 2 points over the first 4 rounds of the Azeri. So the Cuban, I don't think he had a 10-8 round there. Impossible. So if it's a 10-9, even if he wins all 3 judges' scorecards by 10-9, he's not done enough.
Well, I think we've got a new hero amongst the Azeri team, because, as you've said, crunching the math, just an impossible task for Alvarez to have drawn parity, let alone beat Selimov.
Size inanıram, inanın ki Joshua 48-47, Jaddu 46-49, Jadfi 48-47. The winner is Albert Selimov!
He's done it. Selimov takes the win over the Olympic champion. 2 world champions met in the ring, and it was a fascinating contest here in Baku, but the local boy has done it. 10-9 across all of the judges' scorecards in favour of the Cuban, who was finishing strong. Another round and it might have been a different story. Split decision then, Michelin seeing it in favour of the Cuban. 49-46, quite a difference really. But all of the rounds were so tight.
Well, to sum up succinctly, Selimov deserved to win, and I think the judges scored it right. I don't think Alvarez did enough work early on, but that is what is simply known as a triple result, and the Selimov household will be absolutely overjoyed by that.
Well, look at this. So far, 2 wins to 1 in favour of the Azeris on the night. It's 4 apiece in the series. 2 fights to go. The super heavies next, and then the light heavies to finish us off. Or maybe not, as we might have to go to a tiebreaker.